Now, 800 CHAB presents Ask the Expert. Here's Rob Carney.
Greg Marcyniuk, Heritage Insurance on Ask the Expert today, and more and more people are buying watercraft these days, Greg. And while there are some tests that you have to go through and licenses that you have to obtain, there's also some boating etiquette that people need to know about. And you know all about it. You've been on the water for years.
Yes, I have been, Rob. I've been an avid boater, jet skier all my life, and I think it's very important when I'm out at the lake and I see some of these people that are coming out and they're rather new. So I just put together a few things on boating etiquette. First and foremost, you should be insured with your boat, and you want to make sure that you are insured properly. And typically, we don't recommend that you put your boat on your home policy. It's best to have a specific marine policy. It gives you a little better coverages as well. If you do have a claim, that doesn't go against your home policy. So good idea to do that. The biggest thing is when you're underway is that you should always be aware of other boats with and around you, always keeping an eye. When passing a slower vessel, make sure you do so that you're in nice deep conditions, and when you're being overtaken, you should actually slow to accommodate that other vessel. And again, people, you have to remember that you are responsible for your wake, and any damage caused to another boat from your wake, especially with a lot of these larger boats that are out there with these surf boats, they have to be aware of coming close to any boats that are parked, or if they're out tied up in the middle of the lake. If any damage does come and is caused by that wake, they're responsible for it. So again, it's best when they're out there and they're doing their surfing, whatever, try and stay away from other boats and be respectful of them. The other thing, when you're anchoring, you should be, again, coming to a slow halt, and when people are anchored, you should be, again, convenient and watch and respectful for those people and not having a big wake. The other thing you want to make sure is that you want to keep your noise levels down to a minimum, because, man, that water carries the noise like you wouldn't believe, and carries sound. Like, I know sitting at our cabin, some of the things I've heard people say on the lake, and a lot of people aren't aware of that. So again, just courtesy is what that is. When you're docking or unloading, it's best to do it in a systematic way. I know at Provincial Park the other day, it was quite busy, and you could see there was a few people that were getting a little rammy in that, but just take your time. And when you're there, if you can, give a hand to some of the other people just to help them get together. Again, it's just common boat etiquette, because if we all work together and all help one another, it's just going to make things smoother and going to get people out of there that much quicker. The other thing is, as far as any of your onboard guests, I believe a lot of people don't take the time to tell people where the life jackets are, where any of your tow line and any of the life-saving line, your sound equipment, any of that kind of stuff. So it's just a good idea just to kind of go through a quick briefing as to where things are in the boat and what to do in the event of an emergency. So these are just a few things that give you an idea of some of the boating etiquette that's out there, Rob.
Good idea to always wear a life jacket, hey?
Oh, for sure. It doesn't matter whether you're a great swimmer or not. You should always have a life jacket on the water, because there are a lot of people that do drown, and especially children.
Safety tips and insurance advice online.
That's correct. NoHassleInsurance.ca, or please come on down to the corner of Fairford and First and talk to any of our fine people here, and we do have these that will be downloadable.
This has been Ask the Expert on 800 CHAB.